Hey man. It's your boy Diddy Noseball. That was a great card. It was a great card in my personal humble opinion. It just was, bro. Um, I could sit here and cap and be like the well, I don't know. It's between this card and the Javante Frank Martin card. But me personally, I think this card was better. I think this probably been the best card I done seen. Turkey Al Sheik get into the Hall of Fame or honorary Hall of Fame, whatever else that was. That's crazy. Is Turkey Al Sheik bond boxing? Like, is he just pulling a Dana White pulling a coup? Cause right now, say bro, I'm pro America, but it look like bro taking over, and it don't look like a bad thing for boxing, to be honest. Um, Bud Crawford is proven he up there with all of them, bro. And when I say he's up there with all of them, I'm talking Sugar Ray, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather. He's up there with all of them, bro. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. The smaller fighters, out of the smaller fighters, the Marvin Haglers, the Tommy Hearns, all them, the Roberto Durans. He's up there with all of them, bro. Andre Ward, say, bro, Bud different, bro. Bud is different. Um, First initial reaction is to the Crawford Madrimov fight. I'm getting into it a little bit more later. But bro, Madrimov is a dog, bro. Crawford's a dog. Those are the two best fighters at 154. Yes, I said it. Madrimov beat Fundora. He beats Tim Zoo. He beats Earl Spence. Bro, he beat everybody at 54 outside of Bud, bro. The dude can fight, man. Madrimov can fight. Bud, it took everything Bud had to beat Madrimov. Do y'all think Earl Spence could beat Madrimov? Do y'all think Fundora could beat Madrimov? Can't none of them dudes beat Madrimov, bro. So people acting like this was a in the bag victory. No, Bud Ben came out and said that Madrimov was gonna be the toughest test at 154, and he was right. He said Madrimov was the best 154 pounder, and he was right, bro. So let's just get that out the way. Now, the undercard. I really enjoyed this undercard. It was only one bad fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But me personally, I'm gonna start with Andy Cruz because I think he had 135. He just beat a guy that I didn't know too much about. I guess he fought Devin Haney. Andy Cruz said he'll knock him out of the less rounds that Devin Haney did, and I think they knocked him out in the same round or whatever. But Andy Cruz, he good prospect, but he kind of like how I think of Robeisy Ramirez. He's real good. Got the amateur pedigree, elite boxer, but he can be beat, bro. I think Andy Cruz remind me exactly of Robeisy Ramirez. Somebody gonna end up knocking him out. Well, if somebody do knock him out, I ain't gonna be surprised. And I don't think he's ready to contend right now. He don't beat Shakur. He don't beat Tank. He can't beat them dudes right now, bro. Who else got a belt at 135? Let me see. Who else got a belt at 135? Because I don't know who he beats at 135, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He probably um could he beat Lomachenko? No. I don't even think he beat Loma, even at this age. He better call out Barancek or fight Frank Martin. That's a good fight for Andy Cruz. Frank Martin or Barancek or even Keyshawn, but I don't know if they'll give Keyshawn to him. Go beat up on Cambosis. Go beat up on Cambosis or somebody, bro. Uh, that's all I could think of. I think the next fight for Andy Cruz got to be somebody like a Cambosis, a Frank Martin, a Barancek. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready for the Williams, the Peters, the Lomas, the Tanks, the Shakurs. He's not ready for them dudes yet. He's not ready for a Martia. Um, yeah, yeah. That's just about where I'm at on Andy Cruz. I think he's at 135. I think he's at 135. And I think he kind of called out Shakur, but he don't want that, bro. He don't want that. He kind of got buckled in this fight in the 5th round, but he didn't get knocked down. But I thought his defense wasn't as great as it could be. Everybody blamed it on that Philly style or whatever. Bozy Ennis. I think Bozy Ennis is a hell of a trainer. I really do. I really do. But Andy Cruz, if I had to grade his performance, I give him a solid B. A solid B. He got buckled, but he came back and knocked the dude out. Can't be mad at that. He ain't get knocked down. So I thought he had overall a good performance. Now I don't think he's ready to be a contender. I think he's slightly under that category. He's ready to be the guy who was a former contender. So throw him them type of guys now, and then we'll see. But yeah, be patient with Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz fans, do not throw him in that lines then yet, bro. Y'all think Andy Cruz better than Raymond Martia? I think he better than Keyshawn Davis. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Y'all better throw Cambosis at him. Go throw Cambosis at him, bro. Um, who's next? What was the other fight? Um, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Morel versus, I ain't even gonna say bro name. Big K. I'm gonna call him Big K. I think David Morel is good. I think a lot of people have him. I ain't gonna lie. The prospects today showed you why you can't place people in certain positions before they prove they ready to be in those positions, man. Shout out 9-3 boxing. He loved Andy Cruz. He loved David Morrell. He wasn't as big on Jared Anderson. We're gonna get to that later. But I just think some of these dudes, they just need more seasoning. Just like Abdullah Mason, we all see the special, we all see the talent, but experience matters, especially in boxing, man. So I just think David Morrell in his fight, he fought a good fighter. That fighter put up a good fight. He outboxed David Morrell at times, but you could tell David Morrell had more power. I didn't like David Morrell's feet. I feel like his movement was a little weird. Defense, it was solid. Punch selection was solid. I thought he could have jabbed more for sure. Um, if I had to grade his performance, I'll say C plus. I feel like he should have been able to get that dude out of here, but he is moving up. And say, man, he's chasing David Benavidez. How many fights Morrell got? I think Morrell got like 13, 14 fights, something like that. I know he ain't got no more than 15. If he do, I apologize. But David Morrell doesn't have to move as fast as people want him to move, man. Because I still think, just like Andy Cruz, just like Abdullah Mason, we know they gonna be special, but you gotta take your time, man. He needs seasoning because the guy he fought, let's keep it real. He supposed to get him right here, bro. That dude fought a good fight. He boxed David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with solid shots, got around him, kept some distance, kept him off of him time to time. But David Morrell was supposed to figure him out. David Morrell was just too flat-footed. He didn't double up on the jab. I thought he could have did more to the body, and he didn't. So if I had to grade David Morrell, I'd give him a C plus. I mean, he got the victory, but he didn't. Did he score a knockdown? I don't think he scored a knockdown. So he had a 90% KO ratio coming in. The power traveled, but that power alone ain't gonna be enough to kind of mask some of the weaknesses he have, and that's being flat-footed. The body work, the punch selection, I think could all get better. But other than that, I mean, solid performance, solid performance. Now, moving on to Jared Big Baby Anderson. Say, man, I'm not gonna lie. I was higher on Big Baby Anderson more than most. We all seen him with Roy Jones and doing the little crybaby shit he was doing, and people was questioning his toughness and don't think he was built for boxing. And Sean Porter has some shit to say about him. Sean Porter, I think they was from the same area. Sean Porter kind of was iffy on bro. Let's keep it a buck. And but I liked his tools. I liked his speed. I thought he had solid power. He fought some guys. He had a streak. That Mary fight or whatever his name was, the dude that was a cruiserweight that went to heavyweight. He was a bum, and that was just a lackluster fight. I didn't blame that on Jared Anderson. The other dude was just kind of trash and made it a boring fight. So I still had hope for Jared Anderson going into the Bacoli fight. I didn't know too much about Bacoli. I'm not gonna lie. 903 was warning people about Bacoli and his power. But what I didn't expect for was that long jab. That long jab, it was a long power jab, and it was hard for Jared Anderson to get away from it. I thought Jared Anderson was especially supposed to stay on his bike, move around, because he was doing good work to the body. He was working that jab, but then he got tricked into a firefight way too early. He should have did like 6 rounds of jab and move, jab, jab, move, move, move. He should have fought like Shakur. As one of his friends, he should have fought like Shakur and possibly tired out Bacoli, win on points. But I just think Shakur, bro, like he gets a lot of flack, but sometimes you got to fight like that, man. Sometimes you have to fight like that, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I like the fight between Jared Anderson and Bacoli. It was very entertaining, but I thought Bacoli was definitely built to win that style of fight. I thought Jared Anderson definitely should have got on his bike and outboxed Bacoli more. He got tricked into a firefight, and that first round knockdown was vicious, bro. It was vicious. So the fact that Jared Anderson never really gave up, he kept fighting. Um, when he was clearly kind of outmatched from a power aspect, and then he kind of didn't fight the fight he was supposed to fight. I still thought he showed toughness. He showed heart. I liked his post game interview, post fight interview. I said game, but everything about Jared Anderson, I still like. I think there's some stuff he can clean up. He's only 24 years old. And Bacoli, like Madrimov, is way better than what people think, man. He's way better than people think. Bacoli, I thought that was an amazing fight for him. And I think, like I said, I thought Jared Anderson made it easy for him, but Bacoli did what he was supposed to do. That jab, I did not expect that jab. He was a little bit more swift than people think, too. That jab was getting there, and it was getting there fast. Jared Anderson has good movement. Jared Anderson just couldn't get away from that jab at times. And it wasn't just a jab, it was a power jab. It had a lot of pop. It was knocking Jared Anderson's head back. So that jab was real. That jab was mean. I see some people compare him to Zili Zhang. I think he's much more. I ain't gonna say much more, but he has more speed than Zhang, especially like hand speed. So I like Bacoli. Um, Bacoli versus Jared Miller or Andy Ruiz. I mean, I'd watch it. I'll watch it, but I think he could, possibly fight. Who got who's at heavyweight? I'm trying to think who's the heavyweights that people want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Bacoli versus Joseph Parker. I wouldn't mind seeing Joseph Parker versus Bacoli, man. So you got a boxer versus a power puncher. I think that would be a great fight. I also wouldn't mind seeing him against Herkovich. I wouldn't mind seeing him against the guy that just beat Frank Sanchez. I can't say his name. It's a lot of fights out there for Bacoli, and he was entertaining enough to where it's like whoever he fights next, I'm very interested to see. I thought Bacoli had a hell of a performance, and he's kind of made his name known. Everybody was shitting on the guy who he said he wanted the rematch with, and I understand it. It's bigger fish to fry. I get you trying to avenge your loss, but I don't even know who that dude is. My damn self. I'm a slightly above. I ain't a casual. I know the boxers. I watch boxing. I ain't no expert, but it is what it is. On to the next fight. And Jared Anderson. I think Jared Anderson, man, throw his ass in there with with Jarrell Miller, because I think Jarrell Miller called him out. If he don't get the Jarrell Miller fight, throw his ass in there with a who would I want to see Jared Anderson fight next? Throw his ass in there with, man, throw Deontay Wilder. Let Deontay Wilder. I don't know. I don't know what's next with Big Baby. I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, on to the next fight. Jared Miller versus Andy Ruiz. Ah, I mean, this was the worst fight on the card, in my personal opinion. I think it was the worst fight on the card, in my personal opinion. I think Andy Ruiz definitely was winning in the beginning 4, 5 rounds. His speed was there. I don't think he really had a lot of pop on his punches, but it was enough pop to where it was, making a couple noises here and there. I think Jarrell Miller, he looked like he was in solid shape for Jarrell Miller, bro. Like I said, Bozy Ennis, hey man, he's like he trying to get trainer of the year. But Jarrell Miller, I didn't think he looked as super sloppy. Like, come on, bro. Bro, he's huge. So he gonna look sloppy, but he didn't look at his sloppiest. So I thought Jarrell Miller, he looked solid. And I think later rounds, he didn't empty the gas tank. I think he could have pressed more on Andy Ruiz, who's clearly had a hurt hand and clearly was gassing out. Um, but all in all, this fight wasn't all that, bro. I wasn't expecting it to be all that. When I looked at the card, this was probably the least interesting fight on the card. It was between this one and Andy Cruz, and at least Andy Cruz is a up and comer. So I thought that was the worst fight on the card. Jared Miller versus Andy Ruiz. I didn't think the fight was that good. So moving on. Pitbull Cruz versus Ryo. I thought that was a good fight, bro. People giving Isaac Pitbull Cruz a lot of shit, but that was a tough fight for him. Ryo had the height advantage, about 7 inches. He had the reach advantage, about 6 inches, I think. So we know Pitbull. He's a come forward fighter, and that was just a hard style for him. Did nobody expect Ryo to box like that? Even Robert Garcia. So I think this was more of a Ryo was on his A. I ain't even gonna say his A game. Ryo was on his A+ game because this was not the same guy. They got his ass knocked out versus what's his name, dude that was running against Shakur? Dos Santos. Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos. This wasn't the same Ryo. I think Ryo looked at hungry. He fought hungry. He fought disciplined. It kind of was getting spooky for him towards the end of the fight. The 11th, 12th round, Isaac Cruz almost had him. He almost had him. You even heard Ryo Corner being like, "Say, dog, don't let him get you up out of here, man." Basically, what they said, don't let him get you up out of here, fam. So I thought Ryo possibly fought his best possible fight in his whole career. Just happened to happen on this night. I wouldn't mind seeing this rematch, but because Ryo with the belt, yeah, it's just 140 has became weird, bro. It's so many people at 140 with belts that you like, huh? Let me tell y'all who the people at 140 with these belts, because if you would have said this a year ago, people would probably say 140 was the best division in boxing. A lot of people could have said 140 was the best division in boxing because you had Devin Haney, you had Teofimo Lopez, you had Pitbull Cruz, you had Sabrina Matias. But these are the champions right now. You have Liam Paro, you got Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryo, and Albert Puejo. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, 140 is kind of looking a little lackluster at this current moment in time because you got Teofimo, Leon Paro, Ryo, and Devin Haney. Those are the belt holders at 140. It's not as hyped up as it once was. So 140 is looking a little suspect at the moment. So the fights I do want to see Pitbull Cruz. Now, if he doesn't get the rematch with Ryo, fight Sabrina Matias, and the winner gets the shot at another belt, bro. Because those two are stars, more stars than the guys like Leon Paro, I ain't gonna say Devin Haney, Leon Paro, and Ryo. So 140, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Okay, on to the main event. Say, bro, people got to start putting some respect on Terrence Crawford name, bro. Like, tell me one 154 pounder that beats that Madrimov. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'll wait. Somebody tell me a 154 pounder that beats the Madrimov we just seen, man. I don't think nobody beats him outside of Bud. I don't think Fundora beats him. I don't think Tim Zoo beats him. I don't think the other guy who holding the belt that I can't say his name beats him. I just don't think nobody beats that Madrimov, bro. Bud already said he thought he was the best fighter at 154. And outside of Bud, shit, I believe him, man. Madrimov is a dog. Um, I and I don't like the commentators. I don't like the zone commentators, bro. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like the zone commentators. I thought Sean Porter was standing on business for Bud. He was a little biased. But he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. And he was closer than what he was saying, but he wasn't wrong. I thought Bud was dominating the fight. I thought he was landing the bigger shots. I ain't gonna say he was landing most of the shots because the stats were the stats, but the shots that I was like, ooh, I just say ooh a couple times at the Bud shots. He had some flurries in there, and just the punches that he landed, I could tell did more damage to Madrimov than the punches that Madrimov landed on Bud. And that's just what it comes down to. I thought he was dictating the pace. I thought Madrimov kind of looked like he was doing a little something because he was moving a lot. But I think Bud was clearly never really in danger. He got hit with some shots. I give the Bud. That's just because Madrimov is good. And this was a chess match. This wasn't an easy fight for Bud. But Bud figured him out. I think it was like round 4 or 5 after the round. Say Madrimov looked it like he lost. Like it was like I think it was after round 4 or 5. And I could tell Bud kind of was turning it up, turning on the gas. And Bud just never got careless. Sometimes you can't knock everybody out. Sometimes you go have to outbox somebody. This is his first time going to the decision in 8 years. I just think people are just so impatient, and a lot of people just don't want to see real boxing. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of people just don't want to see real boxing, bro. And what we seen from Bud today was real boxing. He had to outbox Madrimov, and he did. I thought it was a clear decision in Bud's favor. Did Madrimov have good moments? Yes. Is Madrimov better than what most people think he is? Yes. But was it a clear victory for Terrence Crawford? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And just because y'all don't know who Madrimov is, don't mean Crawford didn't live up to the hype, bro. I don't think no other 154 pounders beat the Madrimov we just seen tonight, bro. I don't think no other fighter at 154 beats the Madrimov we just seen. And that's just me keeping the book. Madrimov got speed, he got power, he's quick up top. Like everything from Madrimov that I seen, he beats every other fighter at 154. Y'all think Earl Spence could beat Madrimov? Madrimov we just seen. Y'all think Earl Spence beat him? Y'all think Fundora beats him? Y'all think Tim Zoo beats him? Who beats Madrimov outside of Bud? I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all think Boots beat that Madrimov? I'm just saying, bro. Madrimov wasn't no scrub, bro. So y'all gotta quit disrespecting Bud. And just because Bud possibly couldn't beat Canelo, that don't make Canelo greater than Bud, bro. Because I think Bud is better pound for pound than Canelo. I think he's more of a dog than Canelo. And he's definitely less of a duck than Canelo Alvarez, man. Let's just keep it a buck. He's more skilled and more talented. The only thing is Canelo is bigger and probably got more pop because he's been fighting at a bigger weight damn near his whole career, man. I think what did Bud start out at featherweight? And I think Canelo started out at 140 or something like that. So we gotta keep it real, bro. I don't think Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, but I honestly don't think that matters. And if they do fight and Terrence loses to Canelo, the way he talking, he just wants the bag and it'll be worth it. That's basically what I get from that. But I'll still never, even if he loses to Canelo, I'll still never say Crawford. I'll still never say Canelo's better than Crawford, bro. Just keep it up. I think Bud is just as good as any welterweight and below. At any division he's been at, he's just as good as anybody in those divisions that's ever fought, bro. And that goes for Sweet P. That goes for Floyd. That goes for Sugar Ray Leonard. That goes for Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran. The list goes on. Andre Ward, all them guys. But it's just as good or better. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man. But if I had to grade Crawford's performance, I would give him a B plus. I'll give him a B plus. This is a tough fight. He was moving up, and people was acting like, say, bro, just because we don't really know who Madrimov is, that don't make him a bum. He was a champion. Crawford moved up and fought a champion, not just a champion, a young champion. A young champion with power, solid defense, good footwork, and solid head movement, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. We didn't know how good Madrimov was, but to me, he's better than anybody else he could have fought at 154. And he proved that. And Bud proved that he can figure anything out and anybody out. He proved he's a dog. He proved he got killer instinct, bro. Because he still was trying to knock Madrimov head off. Madrimov just fought a good fight, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. And say, man, what I want to see next, if Spence beats Fundora, I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch at 154. I'm just gonna keep the book. I'd rather see the Spence rematch or the Fundora fight for Bud rather than the Canelo fight. But if he gets the Canelo fight and he fights Canelo, I understand. It's a money fight. But say, man, y'all gonna have to don't disrespect Bud because he won a close fight with an elite guy. Just because we didn't know who he was, man. Like Bud said, he knew who he was. He thought he was the best fighter at 154. So that's who he went at. Y'all can't tell me that Madrimov don't beat Fundora, don't beat Zoo, don't beat Spence. Y'all can't tell me that, bro. If y'all try to say that, y'all lying. I'll go keep it up. I'm just gonna keep it up. But all in all, man, this was great. This was a great card. This was a great card. The last two great cards, I would say, was the Bud versus Madrimov card, of course. And I ain't gonna cap. The Tank Davis versus Frank Martin card was a great card too. So I guess Turkey Al-Sheikh do deserve his Hall of Fame trophy or whatever the hell he got. Look like they gave his ass the Heisman. But I ain't mad at old Turkey. Turkey did what he said he was gonna do. He was gonna bring great fights to boxing. This was a great fight. I ain't never watched this much boxing unless it was on ESPN Classic back in the day when I was with my granddaddy. So I think boxing is in a good place right now. As long as these type of fights keep getting made, these type of cards keep getting put together. So shout out Turkey Al-Sheikh and everybody on this card. It was only one bad fight on this whole card, and even that fight was competitive. It just both them dudes kind of look sorry compared to the other fights on the card. But you know, this was just a quick little recap of the fights, just from my perspective. I definitely think who are the losers from this? Of course, Jared Anderson. I think low key David Morrell's a loser just because he just didn't look as spectacular as people were saying. He just didn't look as spectacular as people were saying. He's not a loser, but it was like, But maybe, hey, he probably, you know what I'm saying, probably can get the Benavidez fight now. Probably can get a Canelo fight down the line because maybe he don't look just so invincible. So I don't know. The winners definitely was Bacoli. He was a big winner. I think the price tag definitely going up. Oh, another loser was Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz, I thought David Morrell, even though he won. I don't know. Another winner is Bacoli, Madrimov. It was a lot of, hey, man, this was a great card, bro. Rio. There's a lot of people's stock went up, a lot of people's stock went down. Like I said, the prospects are prospects for a reason, like Jared Anderson, Andy Cruz, and Morrell. Now Andy Cruz and Dave Morrell, they won their fights. Jared Anderson got knocked the hell out. but they all showed me good things, but they also showed me they still got a lot to work on. So we gotta be careful when we try to promote guys and say these guys this, say the guy that, man. Man. But yeah, man. This was a good card by Turkey Alashik. I enjoyed the whole card. Even Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller, this was the worst fight on the card, but it wasn't just a terrible fight. It was just a eh, eh, you know. I'm not just looking forward to neither one of them fighting again. Like if they was finna fight somebody, I wouldn't be too excited. I ain't gonna cap. But I don't know. This is a good card, man. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But this your buddy, all ball. I'm out.